this would happen, that I would go in, they would get some cleanup duty, get a chance to get in there and get a feel of the defense and some live action. So I was prepared. I feel like this whole season I've been trying to prepare like the starting quarterback. So I've just been, throughout the whole first 3 quarters, I was just going through my reads in my head, and the game plan was great and it was simple, and I knew it, and I knew my protections, and I felt comfortable, and I hope it looked like I felt comfortable. I feel like I felt comfortable, but it was fun. I know that's just really important for me to get some live action reps if my career is going to be extensive. Just continue to get more and more experienced, and just continue to add tools to my belt.
How valuable has the last week been, where you get some reps with the offense? You guys had a scrimmage last week to kind of get those situations. How big was that heading into today?
Yeah, no, it's huge. I think these past few weeks I've gotten a lot more live reps, whether it's been through scout. The other day we weren't in pads, and the defensive coordinator, Coach Dirk, and he was a little mad, so he said, "All right, whatever, screw it, Walker's live." And I was like, "Oh, we don't have pads on," so I was like, "We're live?" But it wasn't really live, but he was just allowing the D line to kind of get all over me while I was throwing. So I think that just the more live action reps I've gotten, the more comfortable I've started to feel, and so that's kind of what this week was for. And like I said, I've been keeping up with protections and the new rules in the offense. It can sometimes be tough when I'm in scout team meetings, or I'm just over there with the scouts a lot, running and leading those guys, and so I don't always have the latest update on everything, but I feel like I've kind of stayed tuned and continued to ask questions, so I was always ready for this moment.
Walker, when you look ahead, how important is this spring going to be to you?
It's huge. The coaches has emphasized to me how big this upcoming spring will be for me. With some other 25 guys coming in the spring, hopefully we can create some good connections with those guys. I was just talking to some of them in the locker room, but I feel like this game will be really huge for the spring, just because I've gotten to get in game, feel the comfortable, and just this spring, dive deeper into the minor details of the offense, get to know it more and more, meet with Freeze, get some one-on-one time with him, watch film with him, and continue to learn what his brain thinks, because me and him want to be on the same page. We've been talking about that pretty recently. So it's going to be big. It's going to be good, hopefully.
All that, how much fun was it?
It was a lot of fun. I was just talking to Peyton about this. We're perfectionists. Most quarterbacks are. The first drive, I fumbled. The next drive, or actually the first drive, I overthrew a hitch and I fumbled. And then another, that last drive where I underthrew Perry on that back shoulder ball. Just little stuff like that eats away at the joy that I can't experience out there. I'm probably going to walk away from today thinking about those 3 plays and how I can fix it for the next time. So it was a lot of fun. It felt good to be out there with my guys who I love and have created relationships, and we got some good celebrating in today. I know. I just try to bring energy, but it was a blast for sure.
Did you chalk those mistakes up to nerves, or just?
I would say the hitch I overthrew, I was a little sped up. The disappointing one about that is I've made that throw a million times. I just need to fall back onto my training and just trust it. Move fast, get my feet moving, and let my arm work. The fumble, their nose guard, he's pretty strong. But I had high and tight, and I had to cross arm, but he got in there and just ripped my arms open. No excuse for it. Got to hold on to the ball, and then the back shoulder, the Perry in the end zone. That one I would say is just there's not an excuse for that one. Just missed throw. Just got to throw it. Just got to trust my arm. Just got to let it rip. Sometimes it's very easy when you haven't thrown for a little bit to kind of short arm it, but screw that. Just got to let it rip and trust it.
Walker, I'm sorry if you were